position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Clemson Tigers, taking on last year's national champions, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Huskers will boot it away to start the game. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. To the ground with the back. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. To the air on second down. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And thank goodness that was just a deflection, because this young man, we've seen him make big play after big play. He's the best in the nation at intercepting the football. So be wary when you throw that way. That might be a no-fly zone.
Fine play action. Throws to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. They'll start this drive with a pass. It's complete on the right side. Oh, he's got some space. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Nebraska.
This offense is so good, man. They can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. The run from the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Gives it to the back on the draw. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
They booted away on 4th down. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. He might want another play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Now improvising. He gambles and throws one all the way back to the left.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line.
Throws a nice completion there for a 1st down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
And he shows you the arm right there, but I tell you what, I've been impressed with this young man and his ability to do both. Rush, throw, lead a team, put up huge numbers in the top 10 in total TDs running and passing.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Husker. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. On the move, it's Rasmussen. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. Once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They'll ride the hot hand. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They've got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Rasmussen. And he was fortunate not to lose. yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
man, there are certain guys that I want to make sure I hone in on, and I do not give them the football in space. And this running back is one of those guys. Really good job by the defense, keeping their eyes on their keys and not letting him sneak out and get any kind of space. As soon as he touched it, he was on the ground.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
The offense changing the play. Back to pass. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's looking deep. Snags it inside the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Cornhusker. They got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Fires to the tight end. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
Power football with the run. Got the first down and more. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the 2nd level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the 2nd quarter is about to get underway. They've got a first down here to open the period. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Oh, what a cut! Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. So the nice punt return is negated by an illegal block in the back. Let's go. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's off. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Nebraska!
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
And he's going to try to return this one. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do, but over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
Throws to the tight end. It's caught downfield. Clemson will send the punt team out. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, Husker! The offense cashing it in on that drive. The Little Reds probably turning into Big Red with pride right now with this performance he's turning in.
And, man, he is in his bag. He's running it. He's throwing it. This defense is like habit, what? Which way do I go? Who's got the football? He is setting this defense on fire.
0.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem.
Clemson 7.
He'll bring it out. It's Street. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback.
First and 10.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. To the air on first down. Got the back over the middle. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And this offense is built around this dude. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense, and that's why he's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's got a real chance.
Looking for a deep man. Grabs it inside the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They're dealing with a second and long. They'll try the run. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Gets the back moving. On third down, he drops to throw. Picked off. What a play to set him up. The sudden change on the turnover, man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Second down.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
The Huskers have moved it inside the 20.
Dip 3 soda! Dip 3 soda!
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Right down the boulevard. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, they're still happy to get the field goal.
He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Now on the option. Quick toss. And that one will go and reverse the defense all over that pitch on the option.
What a great job tackling that time by the cornerback. Out on an island by himself. It's just him and the pitch man one-on-one. The offense is trying to go option. They get it out to their playmaker in space. But this guy is good at covering, and he's good at tackling, and he showed it to you right there.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Quarterback keeper. Keeps it and gets the first down. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
Man, that dude just hits the gas and just goes. How nice is it as an offensive coordinator to have a quarterback that you can run just like a tailback? And you got a tailback in the backfield with him all the time, and he can throw so many options, but you just see the speed when he hits the gas, and it is really nice.
The Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the back. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Ready to go back to work on offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
Here's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Breaks into the open.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
From the gun, the ground game. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
The Cornhuskers have this offense rolling. Might be changing the route. They want to run this quarterback. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play.
And I feel sorry for this defense. Like, they're having to defend the entire field. QB's already shown he can beat you with his arm. Now with his legs and his decision-making, getting the ball to the pitch man, he's shown a variety. In this defense, they're having to defend the whole entire field.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And now on second down for this offense. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And the Huskers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Loss of 3. Brings up third down.
Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Now the pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picked up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
And we've already seen this QB have success throwing the football down the field. How about the variety to his game? Now you run the option, you make the right read, get it to your pitch man where he can get upfield, get some extra yards. He's in the zone right now.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Might as well give it to him again. Virtually unblocked, and he stopped for a loss of 8.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
The Huskers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Turning it on!
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. From inside the 15, here's the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. It's a draw. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. The black shirts have applied blackout conditions. There has been no electricity available for this offense.
I mean, just suffocating. They're smothering this offense. They haven't done anything well yet. They can't run it. They can't throw it consistently. This defense is definitely reminiscent of those great Nebraska black shirt defenses of the past.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up fourth down.
Nice job by the defense there on third and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up fourth.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. There he goes. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll give it to the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Caught near the sticks. It's Johnson. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Give to the running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
Looking to fire. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive. Unloads it downfield. And he's got it inside the 35. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. After ripping off a big chunk of yardage, you figure they're going to go right back after him. 1st and 10 from the 31. Might be calling a hot route. Just complete and utter dominance in this one.